Alright everyone, so we're at the Devil's Marbles. So far the campground sucks. It's really windy and there's heaps of flies. I suppose it can only get better.
Marbles.
This park or this reserve or whatever it is just an absolute schmozzle. So we just wanted to get some information on like what the walks were, and there was nothing in like that just gave information about all the walks at the campground. So we were like miles from anywhere, the north tip of the major walk, and here we've got all of the information. But that's nowhere else. Useless. The marbles are really cool though. The rocks are cool. But I've got to say, this place does have an air of WTF about it.
So this might possibly be our favourite marble, cut in half. Looks like it just was hit by a bolt of lightning, but apparently it's, you know, erosion. Check it out. We're saying these are the little marbles. We're not sure if that makes them older or younger than the big ones.
Oh, goodness.
We're just walking together. Okay.
I'm your girlfriend. We've made it to Alice Springs today, and it just so happens that this really famous train is in town. I believe it's called the Garn, or the Gan, if you're a local maybe. And yeah, it's big and silver and shiny. And Sonia's pretty excited to see it.
And it costs thousands of dollars to go.
A lot of money. Have a look at this big shiny beast. Ooh-wee. Oh, that one says gold.
You thinking that's a fancy one?
I reckon there's probably a platinum too. So just out of curiosity, of course, we decided to check out prices. Gold, it's almost like they don't want us to say it. Okay, we've got a bit of quiet now. Gold is about 4,200 or something like that, 4,600 for a dual, twin, whatever. And platinum is like 7,000 something bucks. Man, that is pricey, but it's huge. We'll count the carriages on the way back. But Sonia said it's a lot bigger than she thought it would be. Just trying to figure out what's happening here. Maybe you go one way and you've got to drive yourself back. Wow, it's a one-way ticket for that price. Anyway, we're at the locomotive. Pretty big. Gross. So we walked the length of it, 26 carriages. Not all of them carrying passengers. I guess there's some like lunch, dinner services, blah blah blah. Anyway, it's a really big train. Quite cool to see, looks rad. Walked past all the passengers who were just sort of waiting, and they all looked at us like we were poor. This is Emily Gap. It's only about 6 or 7 k's outside of Alice Springs, and we just thought we'd pop in and check it out, and it is quite beautiful. And we'll go on, move on to Jessie Gap next.
Normally there's less water and you can go up and see some traditional artwork up there, but
yeah,
it's too much water to get through right now.
Yeah, I don't really feel like a swim at the moment. That's all right. nice little gap. So we're exploring the East MacDonnell Ranges, and it seems like there's these gaps sort of all along the ranges. There's the main gap right at Alice Springs, and then there's this Emily Gap, and then Jessie Gap. It's quite cool. Like the formations and the shaping of this range is quite rad. It's all been thrust upwards. But yeah, there's not really too much here. You can do a walk from here down to the next gap, but then we have to come back and get the car. Don't really want to do that. Alright, now we're going to go check out Jessie Gap. It's quite cool how there are these gaps in the ranges. Need to find out more about how that sort of works. Sonia thought that was pretty funny. I suppose it is. So the deal is you're not really supposed to take videos or photographs in the zone, so you have to sort of describe it. It's another gap in the ranges. Even the word ranges is pretty funny because it's only like 200 metres wide. But anyway, it's a cool little spot to like come and have a picnic or something. But there's not really too much here. The rock art was okay, but there's like two things, and again, not really a lot of context. But you know, it's on the way to where we're going, so worth checking out, unless you're in a hurry. Next stop on the tour is Corroboree Rock, which I presume is this thing. It's a good looking rock. Let's see if we can find some information for you. So yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be like a skinny rock from another angle. It's a really nice little walk. It's only a 15-minute loop walk, but it has some really lovely views of the mountains. And apparently, if you're lucky, you can see a parenti, which is some kind of giant lizard. Second largest lizard in the world, apparently. Can exceed 2 meters in length. You can be sure that I will do my best to record it if we see one.
So it's kind of like a wall rather than a...
Yeah. I thought it'd just be some kind of like rocky outcrop. And it is, but it is like a big wall. It's quite cool. Not what I was expecting. There's a couple of little holes in the rock. That was quite cool. I mean, if you're sort of heading out this way, all of this stuff's pretty easy to get to. It's just like off the main road. So, you know, I figure you might as well pop in and check it out. Breaks up the drive a little bit. Gonna try and do a walk today called the Ridgetop Walk, starting at Trafina Gorge. It's apparently pretty long, so we might not do the whole thing. We might just get up to the top of the ridge and see what it's like, and then drive down the road and do it from the other end, because there's a whole lot of ridge walking in the middle between here and the lookout. So this walk pretty much starts with a really steep climb. Straight away, wasn't ready for that. Already breathing quite hard, and we've gone 130 meters. Whew. This could be a long day. We made it to Turner's Lookout, which is about 5.5 k's from Trafina Gorge, and it took us just under 2 hours. It wasn't without incident. Had to make a little emergency stop in the bushes. but all is good now. So now we're just trying to figure out, do we go back the way we came, or do we head down to the Hayes Rock Hole, or whatever it's called. Anyway, we're up here now. The views are pretty spectacular. So yeah, have a look. That's Sonia singing.
More like yelling.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonia wasn't exaggerating. It really is the edge. It's a long way down. There's a whole lot of crows just circling around this little hill. They've been doing it for ages, making a racket. Wonder what they're up to. Can't really tell. Doing this gorge walk now. We sort of made it down to the bottom and branched off. It's called the chain of ponds or something, isn't it, Sonia?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we're both pretty knackered. Not feeling fantastic today, got a bit of a sore throat. So we're just plodding along, taking our time. As yet, haven't seen any ponds. We'll let you know if we do spot any. Found our first real pond that's not just a puddle. It looks a bit mangy. It's got a strange colour about it. At least you don't have to worry about crocs around here. Or do you? We're pretty proud of ourselves at the moment because we just had to scramble down this sheer rock face.
Andrew carried me.
Yeah, saved the day. GoPro probably won't really reveal just how dangerous that was, but you know, we made it. That's
We live to tell the tale.
yeah, we're adventurers. We made it to the bottom of the walk, the John Hay Rock Hole, and yeah, that walk was pretty sketchy in some parts. There was some real scrambly bits. We met this other dude and he did it by himself and he was a little bit sketched out by it as well. And some of the markers have gone missing, so you know, it's one of those walks where you kind of don't really know where you're going sometimes. But anyway, we made it to the bottom, we've had some food, and now we've got about 8 k's to walk along a four-wheel drive track and gravel road. So yeah, it should take us about another 2 hours. Can't wait to get back to the campsite and have a nice cold drink. Alright, we've done 17.4 kilometres today. We're pretty wrecked. Hey Sonia.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been pretty hard. I mean, I think we're pretty much spent at the end of the big walk, and then this last 8 k's on the road has just gone forever. And the flyers are bad. It's a beautiful day though, and I mean, it's pretty good scenery, but yeah. Ready for a sit down now.
We've still got 2 k's to go.
Yeah, I still got 2 k's to go, which is great. We made it, 19.6 kilometres. It was not really enjoyable towards the end, but you know, at least we can say we did it.
Alright, you're You're on, Andrew.
Alright, so we're at this place called Altunga. It was the first significant inland, what was it? First significant European settlement in Central Australia. So there's a bit of history here. It was a gold mining zone, and it's pretty well preserved by the look of it. So we're just going to drive around and check it out. There was some cool stuff back at the information centre, but we didn't have the camera with us, so we can't be bothered going back. So yeah, come along and see Altunga.
Yeah, apparently there was a ruby rush here, but then it turns out the rubies weren't actually rubies, they were just high-grade garnets. So a little bit disappointing, but then I think there's a gold rush shortly afterwards.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day.
But yeah, we're just driven out here and it's a drive around self-guided tour. We'll see if it's any good.
Yeah. This was the assayer's office. There's some stuff to know about it. It looks like it's been restored somewhat. So that's some pretty good looking iron on the roof. Let's have a look inside. Now, there wasn't really too much to see inside, but this is like the outdoor kitchen area. Little oven. Sonia?
Elaborate.
Yeah. Definitely been restored, but cosy. That's the steam engine, remnants of. That's where the battery box was, and down the end there, it looks like the cyanide tanks. Pretty massive operation in the middle of nowhere. Apparently they sent supplies every 3 months. That's the old well, no longer in operation. Could do 8,000 litres a day, I believe. I seem to have caught a cold, which really sucks. Must have been somewhere in Alice Springs. I've done a rapid antigen test. I don't have COVID, so that's great, but I still feel a bit meh. So my commentary might be lacking a little bit. Sorry about that. Behind me is the old police station, and over there is the old jail. Cozy. So we're checking out the MacDonnell Range reef mine at the moment. There's a whole bunch of holes in the ground. It's a little bit hard to see into them, but some of them are pretty deep. It's just crazy to imagine the people working out here in the heat. It's a good looking hole. Pretty sure they link up. That one seems to join that one, and this one seems to join that one. So these places all have huge car parks. You could fit like 30 or 40 cars in them. Nobody's out here. There's heaps more stuff out here than we were really expecting. It's kind of almost, well, it's after midday now, so it's taking a big chunk of the day. It's cool, but there's just heaps of it, heaps to see. We're going to do the Joker's Gorge now, which is hopefully a short walk. Sonia, what have you found out?
150 metres up a steep hill.
Alright, cool. Some more old ruins. No mortar, cement or anything. Just good old fashioned gravity. We're off to check out the Joker's mine. Last time we checked out a Joker's mine, it was full of bats and crickets and spiders and other nasty things. Hopefully we don't have to go into these ones. Yeah, the sign said 150 metre climb up a steep hill, and it was. We both kind of regret it. Oh no. Smells kind of funny in here. A little bit overrated maybe. Oh, not overrated, it was just a tough climb and a pretty small mine. Sonia, what does Sonia reckon?
It's very hot after climbing up here. Small mine, reasonable view.
Yeah, Sonia nearly lost her hat. Wind gust caught it, but it landed just on the edge. Lucky. That's the gorge. Don't know if you're really meant to go into it. Doesn't really have a very well marked path, but yeah, anyway, looks cute. Not like the most spectacular gorge out there, but it's okay. It was only a short sort of maybe 100 metres along the path. Sonia wasn't really interested, so she's gone back to the car. We're checking out the White Range mine. Apparently this one was like the biggest, most successful. Little walk, 600 metres return apparently. I estimate 46 minutes though. I reckon we've been walking 5 minutes, and I reckon we're nearly at the end because we're hardcore. Sonia's found the big hole. Oh yeah, big hole. Don't know if you're going to be able to make that out, but there's a little hole at the end which goes into another cavern. That one sort of cuts around. Not really game to go in there.
Looks like there was one in there too.
Asking for it to fall on your head. The last attraction on today's tour is the White Range Cemetery. What a resting place, long way from anywhere. Pretty peaceful at least. Doing another gorge walk today, and we just stopped off at the Ross River Resort, which I've got to say was absolutely 10 out of 10 stars. Like the friendliest service you've ever had. Fantastic chips, beers, just such a, I don't know, just the vibe of the whole place was just amazing. I kind of wish we'd stayed there, but no, it was not very busy either, which was kind of crazy. So if you're ever in this neck of the woods, East MacDonnell Ranges, I would highly recommend checking out the Ross River Resort. Seems like a lovely place. Check out this cool little nook. We made it to the end and we saw a bunch of petroglyphs, which was cool, with some accompanying information, which is always appreciated. And we got to the end and there's this big rock pile and there's some like little wallabies or something up there. They're real cute, but you won't be able to see them. Well, that walk was definitely worth doing. I just wish I wasn't feeling so crook, so I could have enjoyed it a bit more. Just been sniffling constantly, groaning, like I'm dying of the man flu. But it was cool. Nice little walk and really quiet, just absolutely serene. No noise. Pretty rough. Got a little friend here. Thanks, mate. See ya.